playoff spot. Our guy, Omar Ruiz, has more.
Good morning. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and now Russell Wilson, three of the most elusive quarterbacks in the league, coming back to back on the Rams schedule. Nickel Roby-Coleman telling me the key to slowing down Wilson will be stopping the run game of Chris Carson and Rashad Penny. Case in point, Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards combined for 166 yards against the Rams, and Lamar Jackson went wild, throwing for 5 touchdowns. Kenyon Drake and David Johnson just 46 yards rushing, and the Rams were able to sack Kyler Murray 6 times. But Michael Brockers saying Russell Wilson is a whole different animal because now in his 8th year, he's seen it all in the pass game. There will be no fooling him. Sean McVay saying that's especially true when the game is on the line.
And this is a very competitive football team. They're one of the best teams in the league, and I'm really impressed with just how they play in crunch time. I mean, I think that's a real reflection of what kind of team this is. I think it's a reflection of their head coach and just their overall mindset and mentality, and I think that's something that everybody would want to display what they've done this year.
No team has been more effective at getting to the MVP candidate than the Rams. 56 career sacks, most by any single opponent in Wilson's career.
We're already laughing as we look at Legos with a water cooler. This is the Good Morning Football break room. It's really incredible. You see all of New York, and yet what's going on here, Nate? Yeah, we have real genuine background players. The guy's eating grapes with a fork, like a serial killer. And then we got a dry bagel, nothing but the best of Good Morning Football. But Nate and I like to just break it down a little bit, just chill, all right? Just break off a little. And Peter's hovering, of course, to give us notes, not direction, notes. But let's talk some football. Nate, we heard from our friend Omar Ruiz. The Rams host the Seahawks on Sunday night. Jared Goff just threw for a whole bunch of yards against the Cardinals. Yeah. Have the Rams finally gotten the offense together?
I would say yes. You remember that time when we were in the elevator and we were stuck? We were stuck on the ground level, and we were sitting there with our lawyer, Bradley, Big Bad Bradley.
Oh, yeah, Bradley's from Skynet.
Yeah. So him. We were in there, and you know how you spend so much time with somebody in a very confined area, you notice things about him. And he leaned in, he was like, "Hey, Nate, how are you?" And I realized that Big Bad Bradley is actually Bad Breath Bradley.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
What's that to do with the Rams?
The offense, all of a sudden, they breathed some life into this offense.
Okay.
And once we got going, I realized, you know what, his breath isn't that bad. So now they're at the top floor, and this offense is moving in the right direction. So to answer your question in a very long-winded way, they were on the ground level, stuck in the elevator.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden they're at the top floor. This offense has found their rhythm.
We've been waiting a long time for a little action. I mean, are these the Rams or the Irishmen? What are we doing here?
Hey-o.
We'll bring Irishmen into every segment. I'll never watch it. What else do you want to talk about?
Hey, well, listen, here's the thing. We're looking at Eli Manning making his first start. We all heard the record. He's 116 and 116. But you know what? This is Eli Manning, soon to be Hall of Famer. 2-time Super Bowl champion. What do you think about this situation?
I'm just not clear. Has Eli won 2 Super Bowls? No one ever mentions it in any conversation.
It's almost like people have to mention it.
Listen, here's the deal. Eli, we sometimes look at him as still the younger brother, kind of like a kid. And I don't know, at my house, sometimes the kid's got to go in a timeout for a while. You got to sit back and think about it. Eli's been in timeout for months.
Yeah.
And when they come out of timeout, they got a good attitude, they're recharged. And I got this feeling that they're going to have a special performance from Eli Manning. And doesn't he kind of deserve it? I mean, Peyton's was so perfect, and he gets up there and he thanks his beer sponsor and thanks his team and his Von Miller. Eli's not going to have that. But if he doesn't go into Philadelphia and throw for about 5 touchdowns this weekend, I'm going to be crestfallen. And I think he has it.
Do you think there's a chance that he can throw for 5 interceptions?
Of course there is. Yeah, and 2 fumbles. Yes. And I said I want an A or an F, but I'm really rooting for the A. It's New York City we're looking at here, right?
It's New York City. You're right. We want Eli to ride off into the sunset or out here into the muggy skies.
Muggy skies. We haven't gotten any notes from Peter yet. Maybe this is he's stuffing his face with sticky buns over there. Hey, Peter, I'm the company. Why not? Get him on spread. Jerry Jones. Nate, we talk a lot. He's a friend of the show. He comes on all the time. He always got great quotes. He said this week that Jason Garrett will be coaching in the NFL next year. First of all, where do we put this in the pantheon of Jerry Jones sound bites? Because I really like it.
Didn't he say something about a mosquito's Peter one time?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, he goes on the Jerry-isms quite a bit. I'll say this. He's right on time. Yeah. I mean, he understands that Jason Garrett is a sought-after coach. He's just not going to be working for the Cowboys. But here's the thing. This is Jerry's world, right? The house that Jerry's built. All Jerry is looking for is a little home improvement, right? Just fix the little things. And it's funny and fitting that Jerry Jones is always just lurking over the cubicle or watching Jason Garrett over the fence like Wilson in Home Improvement. And I think right now, he's just sitting there saying, all right, I can't take this anymore. What I'm looking at isn't working. Might be time for you to go.
What about if they lose tonight? What if the Dallas Cowboys lose to Mitchell Trubisky tonight by 10 points, by 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Can you do it mid-season? You have to wait till the end of the fiscal quarter.
This ain't mid-season. This
right?
is at the end of the season, and I feel like Jason Garrett ain't gonna make it to 2020 as the Cowboys coach.
They do that, and then you know what they do? They hire Ron Rivera.
Oh!
Hey, look out. That's it from the break room. I want to thank our extremely animated background players. You can tell how much they love working here at Good Morning Football. The joy is just palpable. And Nate, as always, wearing a suede jacket and throwing popcorn into his mouth. It's the Hall of Fame kind of segment, really. And it's interesting enough, as we wrap up here from the break room, you got to watch tomorrow on the NFL Network. And I'll tell you